Not sure if you could hear me, guys. I'm back, or I'm here. Just gonna feed Ralph really quick, and then we'll get on to the trading situation here. Kind of stuck in a little bit of chop zone, so hopefully we'll get some sort of move coming up. Let's see here. Okay, I just gotta feed Ralph. I'll be right back. My apologies. Maybe get some better music going. My apologies. Let's get this show on the road here, right? Nice. Oh, you got your top one futures account today. What type of elite count did I win? I'm up 450, so I'm locking that up for the day already. Nice. Congratulations. That's awesome. Nope, no, I didn't eat yet. We're just getting started here. Thanks, Tim. Hi to Ralph. He's full of food now. He's drinking water, so he's satisfied. Glad that account's working out for you, Kaylin. Hopefully you get a W from that. It'd be pretty epic to see the first giveaway account turned into a funded account and then also get a payout. No pressure, no pressure. Right? Currently have 19 people in YouTube, in my YouTube channel, 2 people in Nick's Mustang's YouTube channel, and 2 people in Nick's X. I'm just gonna hop onto X and hit my personal stream just to make sure it's live. And we are live. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, Dad. Ralph, saying hi to Ralph. All right, guys. So obviously we found a little bit of lift here in the evening session, and we've kind of topped out here, 25,100 on the upside. What's gold doing right now? Gold's been pulling back, kind of hit the high of 5,228 area, 5,230 maybe. And we're actually just bouncing off of a bullish fair value gap on gold. Broke down, looks like we were holding those 5,220 level for quite some time there. Fair value gap with the 200 EMA. Okay. Let's get over to Apex here. I was starting to put some orders on the chart, and I'm looking at the wrong one. You struggle with giving profit almost daily. Thank goodness for Tradeovate's new feature. Nice, yes. The lockout feature is definitely a benefit if you can lock it out, and that's why it's not a bad idea to have multiple accounts, right? Because typically if I get green on one account, like so for example this Top Step X 150k combine, I'm up 765. Probably not going to trade this one tonight, right? I didn't lock it out, but I won't trade it just because once you get some money in there, you got to make sure it sticks around till the next day. You got to lock those babies in, right? So had a pretty decent day in the end. I'm up about 1,200 on the day. So here's my calendar off the last week and a half so far. So we're up a little over 10k in 2 weeks. It's all in evals though at the moment, because don't have any funded accounts unfortunately. So it's pretty bad when you start the start of the year. I think I had 11 funded accounts, guys. And then between January and February, I lost them all. So we're on the grind here, trying to get back funded accounts. And yeah, that's that. So this 100 level is going to be pretty key here. We got a bunch of orders, 74 at 25,100 and some more above 25,103 or so. Just got stopped out on your MNQ short for 15 points, one contract. Very nice. Nice trade, nice trade. You got funded 4 times, lost it on first week for all of them. I know, right? It's so, I've done that before too. Earlier last year, or towards like August or something last year, I remember I passed a freaking TPT, got it to a pro stage, and then I freaking blew it on the very first trade. Because, you know, it's hard to let go when you start getting into losing trade on a funded account, right? So and then that was on gold, which obviously, as you guys know, gold can be a real turd burger. But I literally got funded, and then the next day I traded it. I ended up blowing it. How sad is that, right? But yeah, it's real. It happens. It's all part of the learning curve. You just gotta, you know, I find like when you have a brand new account, I know everyone says to kind of go small on it, but it sure helps when you get like a nice $400 or $500 winner right away out of the gates, right? To kind of give you a little more confidence and a little bit more of a buffer. But yeah, so far this month has been pretty good. What did I put? I put about 350 into this. I got an Apex eval here that we're looking at right here. I'll be trading up here, but it's up 2,223. So I need like what, 775, 780 to pass it. So gonna try to just go for base hits, you know, like, you know, $100. If I get $100 opportunity to take $100, I'm gonna lock it in, right? That kind of idea. So might leave a little on the table, but you know, at this point you got to be conservative, trying to get it passed. Don't really want to YOLO it for the last, you know, $800 after we put in all that work. I have 2 copy trading in Lucid, one accounts. One is account 1, 2, and 3, and the second is for 1, 2, 3, and the second account is for 4 and 5. That's a good idea. Risk syncing it, splitting it up, right? If you could have 6 accounts, you could do, you know, 2, 2, 2, but too bad most of these guys cap you out at either 3 or 5. So if I get, you know, I'll probably copy trade these my take profit trader accounts. That's the one that I have 5 of them. I'm copy trading right now. Those guys are up about 550 in each account. I'll probably be individually finishing each one, right? When I get like, you know, 1,500 or 2,000, that at that point I kind of would split them up so that I don't make a mistake and set them all back. You know what I mean? I'd rather chip them all one by one over the line. So we'll see how that goes. But the most crushing thing for me right now on time-wise is this Apex eval that I'm working on right here. Like I said, we're up 2,224, and I only have until the 13th to pass it. So I just use the Tradeovate built-in copier currently. I also use Traders Post, which is a pretty awesome platform here. This is Traders Post right here. Check it out. You can automate, you can copy trade. There's really no slippage, right? Yeah, the only bad thing like you can't put in bracket orders with Tradeovate copy, whereas, you know, you can be a lot more detailed with Traders Post. So this one's a really good platform. They're coming out with what they call the command pad, which is pretty awesome. So it gives it sort of like a little calculator where you can enter your trades and stuff. It's pretty sweet. So add lots of features into it. So that's kind of what I use for my copy trading. But you know, when I'm copying multiple accounts, like on different firms, I use the Traders Post, right? But if I'm just grinding my evals, I've been just using Tradeovate internal copier. So yeah, TopStep has a native copier, but can TopStep be copied with other accounts and a third party? I don't know the rules for TopSteps, but if from my experience in the past, if you have Project X platform, you can copy trade, using a third party, but you have to pay to get an API key, I think it's called. So there's like a monthly fee if you want to use a third party copier through them. They give you an API key. You use that API key to connect your third party copier to it. So I'm not 100% on TopStep. The only reason I have a TopStep account is because when they had those Trade-Evade issues for a while, I just needed another account to trade in between, because it was like I'm going live on the stream and I can't trade because my Trade-Evade data was down, right? You're long on MNQ and MCL. Let's see what happens. Oh, don't they usually go in opposite directions? Yeah, because NQ kind of popped up and is consolidating, and then crude oil kind of sold off and now is consolidating. So it'll be interesting. One of them's gonna work out for you though, hey bro? At least. Yeah. Yes, you can use Trade-Evade with TPT, yes. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Apex. Try to put a little more into the Apex tonight. Let's see if we can't find some sort of trade here. Let's take a quick look at the overall higher time frame. See if there's any targets. We do still have this 4-hour fair value gap above, guys. And we are currently on a fairly new 4-hour candle. If we start looking bullish, I mean, this thing could get up there. With these 4-hour candles, like, look at these guys. 150 points there, MNQ. The body is 71 points there. $100 points sort of up there. I mean, it's possible. It would be a pretty big move, but maybe it's not going to be today. Maybe it'll be in the New York session tomorrow. We've been up here consolidating for some time now on this 4-hour chart. So, maybe we're going to end up rolling over bearish here, actually. We'll have to see how this 4-hour candle plays out here. We'll give it a little bit of time. It's only about 30 minutes in, and so far it hasn't done anything. Just playing around up in this consolidation area. Take a look at the book here. What do we got for orders? Looks like majority of the orders are above 25,100, 25,110. We got 25,050 below and 25,135. So these guys are up at 218 or 250 on the top side for that 4-hour gap. See if there's anything up there on the book. 106 orders up at 200. 64 at 250. Huh. 106 non-algo orders at 25,200. That's really the biggest block of orders on the book. Okay, 15-minute chart. Price is pretty tight. We do have a bearish fair value gap slightly above. Highest volume have been these candles where we broke up higher. So what? We looking for a pullback, I guess, down to 30, 39, 40 area? Maybe the 50 round number? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Let's get a couple orders here going in this fair value gap. Although if we were to blast through this overnight VWAP, are we going to end up coming down to this guy? Let's take a look at the 30. Same 30, 1 hour. We're in the 1 hour, and we got a 1 hour above. 70 down to 50 looks like a decent trade too. So this could go one of two ways here, guys. We could think about taking a short if this guy starts breaking down below 70, down 50. And then at the same time, if we get an inversion on this guy in the next 30 minutes here, 30 minutes candle left on this candle, closure above 104, that would be my sign to say that we might even be going up to 200 or, you know, at least a point of control, 150. What do we got on the 5 here? Printing a little bullish fair value gap there at 85. No range today. Yeah, we kind of out of the gate sold off a little bit down, got into some nice support there at 950s. Bounced with a really strong take of, I guess, you know, this consolidation from the New York pre-market or PM session. And now we're just been grinding higher here. Guess we could also put a line on, put a trend line in here. See if we can't take advantage of that. On the 1 minute chart, my 57 EMS has been holding pretty strong. EMA has been holding pretty strong. 57 EMA. Interesting. 21. 57 would be, oh, and you said on the 1 minute chart. I can almost imagine it without having it on. Reach TP on the MCL at 160 bucks. Nice. Now that you're out of that trade, all you need is NQ to do its work. Start bouncing up here. Starting to dip out of this channel a bit here. How's the volume here? Found some support on the 21 EMA on the 5-minute there. And holding up that channel, sort of. Some decent volume here. 57. The 57 is now at 085.10 at 85. Oh, you had posted Panda's one run in the cent work class last night, 2 cents in containers in general chat. Sweet. I'll definitely check that out. Sorry, I missed that earlier. MNQ is full of bad words. Still holding up this level. Oh, we do have a 3-minute bullish fair value gap right there. It's been holding. Kind of wish I saw that earlier. On MNQ, I like doing 5 contracts, take 3 off, and have 2 runners. Oh, that's a good way to capitalize on that winning trade for sure. Capture a little bit of profit, and then hopefully those runners make you twice as much as you already closed, right? Hey, welcome to the stream there, everybody. 30 people in the YouTube channel and 10 people in the X. I don't know what it is, but after I go into the X channel and I hit the live button, for whatever reason, it's like seems to send it out to everybody, because now I have 8 people in there watching. So thank you, everybody who tuned in over there too. Good to see ya. All right, we kind of broke down through that level here. 2 minutes on this candle. So we're kind of trying to invert this bullish fair value gap that's in this little area here. As you can see, it just popped back up there for a second. So let's label this guy green. Maybe we will get a pull back down into that 15-minute fair value gap. If we invert this guy. On MCL, you like doing 3, take 2 off, and let 1 run? Nice. Yeah, taking profits is definitely a smart way to risk management, right? Taking partial profits, leaving a runner. And then if it does come back on you, like worst case scenario, you stop it out with a smaller winner than you might have sold it at, right? But really reduces those losing trades. Oh, you meant to manually lock 1 and you locked all 3? Oh, shoot. Well, hey, maybe that was meant to be. How do you lock all 3? That's interesting. I've never actually used the manual lock thingy yet, so I'm not sure how that happened. Anyone know if there's a way to unlock the manual lock in TradeMate? I don't know. I like I said, I haven't even used it yet once. Once locked, it's locked till the next day. Gotcha. Yeah. That's what I was kind of thinking too, but dang. Damn, Gina. 43 seconds on this candle here, guys. Okay, well, we got these orders set here. Are we going to get a little bit more of a pullback here? Let's hope we don't invert this here. Looks like they're trying to invert it here, guys. Oh, no. Okay, well, hey, we're going to be going to the downside, it seems like. So we got 663 subscribers, guys. You guys been treating me well lately. Pop that guy into a yellow inverted fair value gap here. The yellow button locks all your linked TradeEvade accounts, not just the one you're trading on, for everyone's knowledge. Okay, nice. Thank you. So you're talking about like the big button? Like, are you talking about this button right here? Or after you click on this one, it goes to something else that locks you out? Well, I don't know if this was a fake inversion or what. We're going to have to see how this plays out here. But if we start looking like we get some momentum to the downside. Because sometimes in the past I've seen it where they invert these fair value gaps, especially on the 3 minute. Was on the 3 minute, right? Oh, maybe we didn't invert it, guys. Did we not invert it on the 3 minute? I was looking at the wrong time frame. Yeah, it looks like it did. They did. Just barely. Yep, don't do it. Is there a different way? Like, do you go into individual count and then lock it out? Let me see here. Risk setting, daily loss, weekly loss, profit. So is it just all or none? Huh. Well, guys, so sad. In the risk setting, you believe you can? That's too bad. Well, guys, I'm so sad. I really wanted. I was thinking about taking a long there down here, and then we got that inverted fair value gap. So I chickened out, and then look at that bounce. It's only 10 points at the moment, but would have been a nice little trade. Linda Rowley, you didn't draw the gap right. The body of the first candle is at the body of the next one. So the gap goes down and to the body, not just the wick. As far as I know, you only measure it between the wicks. But maybe it's just a different style that you learned. So usually you go from the top of the wick of the first one to the bottom of the wick of the third one. That's at least how my indicator paints it. As you can see right here, see the top of the wick is the bottom of that green line to wherever this candle is currently. See, we got the wick right there. And then this one right there. So it depends. I guess if you learn if you get taught a different way, that could definitely be another way to look at it. There's a lot of nuances to trading, right? So many layers or different ways to look at it. So I've backtested it. When the body is below or at the main body, you have to draw it lower, but it's fine. I see what you mean. Gotcha. Oh, one's an order block, the other one's a fair value gap? Okay, yeah. So this is also an order block. You guys know ICT better than me. I literally only use fair value gaps with, with my VWAPs and my value areas. But today we don't have. Well, we got some room to the upside here on 150, 25,150 with the value areas. But I'm gonna have to see some big volume coming in here for us to want to take this higher. But looking like we want to climb currently. If there's a VI, you include it per ICT. What's a VI or a V1? Sorry, just Jamie? ICT, I can't trade? Or what does it mean? I just got to grab my dinner, guys. I just got to go warm it up real quick. I'll be right back. Get ready, Jay. My apologies, guys. Well, what happened? Lots of chats happened while I was gone. Unless you're helping learn to read price action. Oh, geez. Volume imbalance. Okay, gotcha. Only matters when it's the opposite side. Oh, you're part of the paid membership with ICT. Interesting. Okay, guys. No more fighting. No more fighting. Hopefully, you guys got some stuff off your chest. You feel better now. Joey Crypto 6894. What's up? Hey, howdy. Here, you guys take a look at my dinner. Maybe this will lighten the spirits a bit. Salmon, like pan-fried veggies with some sauce, and then some white rice. Plain and simple, but good. This is salmon I caught in the river. Can't we all just get along? Yeah, it's a wild sockeye salmon. I caught it this past season. Wild sockeye salmon. Well, it's pretty sad there, guys, that move. I really wanted to be in that, buying the bottom of that channel there. And then once we got that tiny little inversion, I might be wrong, but man, we sure bounced out of that nicely. Dude, salmon oil and richness. Let those nutrients flood your trading mind. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. Hey, Del. What's up? How are you? Good to see you, sir. You've been fighting the market alone. Uh-oh. That sucks. Don't fight the market. It's not a winning battle. It never stops. But I know what you mean. Now you can hang out with us for a bit. Hopefully we will pump the market in the right direction. Oh, you got to trade your TPT accounts now? Okay. Yeah, you rocking some 50Ks? The only bad thing is, guys, I never pulled the bones out of the salmon. So here I got to pick some pin bones out as I'm eating it. I got lazy. I just filleted them. Didn't bother picking out the pin bones. And I'm drinking some Chinese red tea. No, it's not that safe to eat like fish out of the river, like sushi, because they often have like parasites. So sushi that you guys eat are usually like flash frozen, even if it's for a very short time. But once they go in the river, they can get like some parasites and stuff. So that's why we usually cook it, or else you got to flash freeze it, one or the other. Ahi tuna, nice. Poke, yeah, and that's usually cooked with like a, or not really cooked, but like in a lemon. Or am I thinking ceviche? Actually, yeah, I think ceviche is the lemon, cooked with lemon juice. Well, we're popping a bit here. Right up to the 99s. We got those orders of 100, 105, 110. It can be a pretty key level here if we're gonna end up going at least to the point of control. We need to get through that 100 level. Raw fish, slices, veggies, and fruits. The reason that I was told, anyways, that the salmon from the river should be flash freezed is because it kills any of those like little parasites or whatever. I've actually seen it before where you like fillet it and then there's like a little worm in the meat, and it's brand new, fresh meat, so it's like it's not something you can really avoid. So they just recommend flash freezing it because it kind of kills it, probably for bacteria also, but. Yeah, ceviches with lemon. Yeah, gotcha. Check out this little tea ball. You just toss your whatever kind of tea you want in there, and then it hangs on the edge of your cup. Did we just make a lower low, lower high? I don't know if we'd really call that a lower low. I guess so, right? Because this, after this high, we had this low, then we had the new high and a new low. But it's kind of, I mean, it did kind of make a new low, but it could be the change of a market structure or something. What I'd like to see actually is if we kind of ripped up, maybe even up into this area, 120, and then just reverse straight back down. Then we'll be looking to the downside. It's just like black tea, yeah. I have some nice green tea also, but I just felt like having some black tea tonight. So during the day, I drink coffee in the morning, but at nighttime, for these nighttime streams, I'm usually doing cha, tea. Huh. They're holding this fair value gap over right above this 9 EMA, but Joey Crypto, you've been butchering the markets. Are the markets butchering you, Dave? You're butchering it like you did that salmon. Good stuff. Usually I'm butchering people's YouTube handles. But so far this month, yeah, I've been butchering the market this month. Been taking only clean cuts on this market. Oh, what's going on here? Only the cleanest cuts here. 10.5K in the last 2 weeks here. All because of this Wednesday here. 3.9K on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday last week. It was 100% winning rate, and then later on in the day, I took a couple small cuts. So we'll see. Let's keep just trying to be slow and steady on this. Art Reyes, nice kill on that salmon. Yes. Are we shorting here, Anna? I'm not really looking to short this yet. This is, it might we might pull back a little bit down towards the bottom of this channel, but until we start rolling out of this channel and potentially getting sort of below this 78 on the downside, that's when I would say shorts are really in. I mean, you probably could take a short scalp. Not saying right now it could work, but I see us holding this bullish fair value gap currently, and we do have mostly orders above. So I don't know that short is the way to go. I haven't taken it. I'm not long yet. I did try to get long down here, but then I got an inversion on this fair value gap, which made me decide to not take the trade. And then, of course, it went up. But I think 150 could be a good target here above. It's right up with our volume point of control here, 25,150. But this is a bearish channel, guys. Typically, more often than not, these channels, they keep climbing in this angle, and then they end up rolling over to go lower. So keep that in mind. Not always do they do that. If we get a really strong high volume move out of the top side, definitely, 25,150 is a target. And currently the book map is showing orders mostly above. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So 25,100 it's rejecting here. Previous day top wick. Yeah, it's definitely a key level. We're also in a pretty large bearish fair value gap here. A little bit of room to the upside on the 15-minute chart. And we don't have a gap on the 30. So it's a 15. But I do have some orders here just in case we get a quick pullback down to the overnight VWAP. Obviously, if you guys don't know, typically how I take these trades is if I'm entering on a fair value gap, say it's a 5-minute fair value gap or a 15-minute fair value gap, which I think this one was set up as 15, yeah. So I would need a 15-minute candle closure below it to tell me to exit. And then, if we do get that inversion, basically I'm looking to get out of the trade as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll see how this channel ends up working here. So they did invert that 3-minute, or they're not hasn't inverted yet, but looks like they're going to here on this candle. So I wasn't too confident in this one holding, but we'll have to see what happens when we get down to this guy here. You should have used butchering the market instead of fighting the market. I just scalped since my last message, $75 in 2 minutes. Nice. Good job. Very nice. I've been scalping my dinner down really fast for the last 10 minutes. Mondays. I see what you're saying. That's the very top of the wick, sort of from Monday. I guess that's what you're talking about there for the wick of the candle. A couple from previously too. I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty bullish. Last time when we looked at the let's look at the 4 hour here again. We haven't really done much yet on the 4 hour. Still just hanging out in this area. Unfortunately, it looks like most of the move has happened already. At what level are you showing the overnight VWAP? That's right here, 25,040. 25,040. And that's from the 6 p.m. candle here. Oh, hey, Tim. I forget what I was watching. I was watching Wes's stream the other night on my phone. I was away from the computer, and I saw a marble race where you were like in like second or third place for quite a while. I was like, go Tim, you're gonna win. And then you got held up on something and they left you in the dust. But I was rooting for you. Well, kind of looks like it wants to roll over here a bit, but we'll have to see. They're holding this trend line again here, guys. Price action's moving relatively slow tonight. How's the gold looking here, guys? Let's see. Gold doesn't look much better, so you're thinking of a sweep of 25,040-ish for a higher move up. Yeah, we need some sort of a drastic move, right, to get the momentum. Sort of like if this is accumulation, then maybe we do a manipulation back down, you know, to sort of stop out or induce some shorts and then just trap them, right? Did we make any real estate deals today? No, but I do have a real estate meeting later tonight. So I'm going to have to be off of the stream at 9 p.m. my time. The client that I'm meeting is off work later. So I'm going to have to head out directly to go meet them regarding some properties. But yeah, no deals today. Just working though. Got to work on them. Got to Got to get some buyers locked in here. This is a potential buyer that I'm going to go talk to. Looking to buy a townhouse or an apartment, two or three bedroom. But for their budget, it might be smarter to get a townhouse. We'll see though. Because they have a pretty decent budget. Looks like our kennel club now has a new service where you can register your dogs, and then when trials come up, you can sign them up and pay online for the trial. I registered both dogs. Beautiful. Well, that's handy. I'm going to take a quick look at oh yeah, okay. I just had to respond to an affiliate person there real quick. Let me see. Let me get into. I'm curious about seeing these videos. That was, you posted that yesterday at 7:43 p.m. Oh, that was fast. She found it in the toolbox. Two toolboxes. What a good girl. Working dogs are so happy to work, aren't they? Gotta love it. Yeah, I can see how happy she is. All right, rejecting off that 25,100 again here. They're gonna take it eventually, it seems like, but I just haven't really seen much of an opportunity for an entry. I guess this pullback to the channel here, 86 up to 95, so a good 10-point bounce there. She gets a sense of accomplishment when she's done. Nice. Yeah, kind of like when we go to the gym, and then after you just get that awesome feeling. So you won a 50K funded Next Rapid account earlier today. Nice. Which stream did you win that off of? I'll give you guys a little heads up, but Thursday night, we're going to do another 50K TOF giveaway. Don't tell everybody. The rocket scooter guy? That rocket scooter guy. Huh. I don't know. I've never seen the rocket scooter guy. I am Canadian, if you can call that a nationality. I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've lived in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia since then. But my background is French, German, English, Irish, Scandinavian, and a tad bit of Native American. So I'm really, really a true Canadian, I guess you can say. Yeah, Canadian, eh? I live about 1 hour roughly drive from Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, day trading with Matt. Oh yeah, I've seen him before. Nice. Why do you say rocket scooter man? Silver Surfer said we used to have a print out a form, fill it out with the dog's info, write a check, and get it to the right person, then hope that by the time they get you to your entry, it's not too full. Oh yeah, well that sucks. I mean, there's no reason for all these types of application things to not be done online anymore, right? Day trading with Matt, but then it's live with Brad. He created a bot called Rocket Scooter. Okay, gotcha. Midnight opening might get some volatility. Yeah, we might get some volatility here in the next 40 minutes from now. That's typically where we get some volume coming in. That's a midnight and then the 1 a.m. candle. You're from Fargo originally? Fargo. Where's Fargo? It's obviously in the USA, right? Okay, yeah, Fargo. North Dakota, or is that Minnesota? North Dakota, okay. South of Winnipeg. Nice. Yeah, so it gets cold over there too a bit, I guess. North Dakota. Hello from Gambia. Hey, Wanton. MC Wanton. Welcome. South of Winnipeg. Yeah. You're originally from Minnesota yourself? Nice. You aren't one of them wee bit float toters, are you? What's a wee bit float toter? Visited Vancouver the first time last year. Nice. Yeah, Vancouver's pretty cool. If you haven't been, it's definitely worth visiting it. I have no clue what that means. It just sounded Canadian, North Dakotan for me. Nice. I like it. Your wife is from Tioga, North Dakota, and it gets super cold. Kites kick ass. Hey, welcome. Good to see you back. 50 people in the YouTube channel and 10 people in X. Hey, welcome everybody. Good to see y'all as per usual. Thanks for tuning in. Pretty slow market tonight so far, guys. Looks like we don't really have anything to do at the moment. Trying to be patient for a bit of a pullback here. Not looking to, even if you get into a scalp up here, we're moving like 10 points at the most. So the risk to reward just isn't really there currently. It does look like we're building a flat top here at 25,100. So if we can get a nice break with some momentum, we could jump in on a bit of a momentum trade on both sides. But time for bed. Have a good night. All right, Tim. Yeah, you have a good night. Peace, buddy. And we'll see you tomorrow at some point, I'm sure. You getting a cold snap? Yeah, it was snowing here today. And Vancouver, typically, we don't get snow very often. Didn't really stick, though. Just enough to kind of like give it a nice little white dusting. But it's, yeah, it didn't stick. It's basically almost gone already. Which is good because I didn't want to have to get the shovel out. Looks like they're finally trying to break this channel here. We do have a little bullish fair value gap down at 83. You guys have an accent, eh? Eh, I mean. Yeah. We always say "a" for some reason. It's just built into our dialect. So many goals, guys. Sorry. I made it out. We survived. This part of the stomach won't have any bones. You want to know what a bullish versus a bearish fair value gap you mean? Hey, Fasil. Yes, I am using a watermark for that. If you guys want to add that to your chart, it's called the ICT kill zones. Indicator ICT kill zone plus pivots. Right there. Trade for OPP. That will give you the watermarks for Asia, New York PM session, New York AM session, London. As you can see the London there. And then what I did is because they can be a little overbearing. If you put box transparency to like 95, it makes it like so they're very see-through. And then that's better because I noticed I was like the wicks were kind of like getting confused. They were confusing me a bit inside the watermarks. So I just put the watermark transparency to 95, and then it's super easy to see through it. And then that's why this is just a gray box with Asia in there, and it's relatively easy to see through it. So Caitlin, so basically bullish and a bearish fair value gap. So for example, this is a bullish fair value gap here. I use a little indicator if you guys want to pop that onto your chart. Also go to indicators and then look up fair value gaps right here. FBG by nephew Sam. The author's nephew _ Sam _ and that'll show you. Typically here it'll print it as a green box for bullish and a red box like this guy right here for bearish. And basically, if the fair value gap is left on candles that are going lower, that's going to be a bearish fair value gap. And if the candles are going higher, that's going to be a bullish fair value gap. Now, if it leaves a bearish fair value gap, and then the price goes above it and gets a closure above the top of the bearish fair value gap, that would be called in. Sorry, is that any better? I might have been too far away from my face. That sounds a little better, but it's still pretty bad. Thanks, Q4. Yeah. So, like I was saying, let's for an example here, we have a bullish fair value gap that was left. It isn't permanent yet because it depends on what this candle does. We need to wait for the next candle to close to lock in the fair value gap. But let's say that this was already a closed candle. If the next candle comes all the way down and closes below it, then we would consider that an inverted fair value gap, which is usually that typically happens when there's going to be a directional change on price action. So if we get an inversion, there's not a guarantee, but a good chance we might head lower from that. Sounds like I'm using a secondary mic, eh? Let me see here. I don't hear nothing. So is that any better? That's worse. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it real quick. There we go. It's not better. What the heck's going on here, guys? And now we're getting a breakout. Ripping up through those 100s. Okay, good. Thank you. Tell me not to FOMO into this, guys. Tell me not to. MNQ, we can target upside now, 15-minute fair value gap in daily body to wick fib 618, 25, 128. Yeah. Nice closure on that candle. Nice little bounce at the end there. Day trader, full port FOMO, just do it. Yeah, it's not my style, but I wouldn't recommend it. We broke the resistance of the 100 level, yeah. And we got a buyer here, 53 contracts at 25,107 there. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a handy one if you want to start learning where those fair value gaps are. What I usually do is I just frame them in myself, because if they get inverted, they'll disappear off the chart. But, you know, I like to know where the inverted ones are. You were drawing them? Yeah. I mean, it's a good way, right? It's like I said, if you're looking for inverted fair value gaps, you kind of have to draw them. But, geez, guys. Bookmap? Yes, I am. I subscribe to Bookmap. It cost me around a little under $100 Canadian per month to have it. So it'd be even cheaper for my American friends down there. After I pay exchange rates and everything. Right up to the top of that channel, and we wicked off 119, guys. Are they going to make us play around sideways here for a bit? Let's see. We got some nice increasing volume, though. Let's go down to the 15-second chart here. See where the volume... Okay, the volume did come in on that push. So we're getting some decent selling on this pullback here. But it looks like most of the volume is in the push up here. What are we doing here, guys? I'm feeling the FOMO, so I'm just trying to be patient here. The algos are getting active. Yeah, they're getting ready for that hourly candle not too far away here. I mean, it looks like our target's going to be like 135, 1 to 150 area. But at the same time, we are in this 15-minute bearish fair value gap here, which are typically pretty strong. And we're kind of almost in the middle of this gap here. We're slightly above it. I don't know if I should bother with these orders down here, guys. They're so far away still. Realistically, where would be a pullback to? There's a good chance we're going to pull back still at some point to this VWAP. Maybe it's going to be through London session, though. Hey Anna, I didn't see earlier. Where are you from? Or did you say that earlier? I'm trying to scroll back up here. USA? Nice. It's just fair value gaps, FVG, and then the author is Nephew Sam. FVG and then Nephew Sam. Yeah, FVG/IFVG, Nephew Sam. Correctamundo. Thank you, Tony. Thinking about trying to long on a retest of the 100 area here now. Nice to see a little bit of volume come in on those couple candles there. $8:45 already, guys. Geez, time's flying here. Because I pretty much got to be on the road by like 9:30 at the latest. So that means I need to finish the stream around like 9:15 or so. So it gives me about 30 minutes here. Let's see if we can't get a trade in. Had a pretty busy day, so I didn't really, I wanted to try to get on the stream earlier, but I was busy. I'm finishing up some tax stuff and just got a bunch of things going on, so I wasn't able to get here very fast. So that's why we started shortly after 7 p.m. And because I got to leave for that client meeting. Gotta. Usually I'm gonna be taking the stream until 10:30-ish, my time. Well, we won't be able to stick around. Looks like we won't be missing a whole lot though on this current price action here. Right now it is 8:45 p.m. here. So it's 11:45 p.m. East Coast time. I'm on West Coast time. Are you kind of central? Eastern. Okay, nice. So it's pretty late. Coming up on the midnight. Well, I apologize that we haven't really been able to find much of a trade in this session so far. It's not cooperating at the moment, but hey, big part of the battle is just knowing when to not trade sometimes. And to me, I mean, we did miss this little opportunity at the hundreds, but it could have also just as easily broken down there. Kind of a coin flip in my mind. Wish I would have held that or got that entry here on that pullback into that fair value gap. We did end up inverting it, which told me not to enter. And then of course, now look at where we are. Waiting for the midnight open. Nice. Yeah. And economic pulse, you're central. All right. Yeah, we'll catch it in the morning, right? Surprisingly enough, guys, is, you know, I actually have not the best success for the New York Open. I've learned that I got to keep my size really small, and you know, quite often I'm making my $700 winners in the afternoon, like towards the later day of the New York session, or in like evening sessions like tonight. So I made about 340 or something in the New York Open session, and then like at the AM session, and then it was like around almost at power hour, I ended up taking another trade later, and that's when I locked in the 765. Actually, it was 504. 685 here. So I was up about 80 something dollars before that. So come on. Give us a little pullback here. If we inverse that 15-minute, we can go to previous day high. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happening for sure. That would definitely be a bullish sign. I mean, maybe I would be careful once we get to the value area high, which is 25,175, because we do have another 5-minute bearish fair value gap up there. So maybe just be careful in that level. 25,174, 175 area, up to 180, 170 to 180 maybe. You can't trade your personal account. They made the margins 25%. Ouch. Tushan TMs. Momentum strategies are good for US Open. Yeah. I just, I think I give myself quite a large stop, which often burns me. Price gets up to opening range high, and then just turns around and goes all the way back to the opening range low, and I guess end up getting stopped out somewhere in the middle for a pretty large loser. So my value area is 70%, 70-30, I think. Yeah, 70-30. So how I do it is, I go to my 30-minute chart, and then I'll turn on session volume profile here, right? Open this up a bit here. So there's our point of control, 25,148, value area high, 25,172, value area low, 24,978. And yeah, pretty sure it's 70. Let's see here, session volume settings. Yeah, value area volume 70, row size 24. Width percent of the box 30%. You have 80, so 70 is better, right? I'm not really sure on that part. I just left that setting as what it was. So it would skew that price a little bit different. But I don't know that's going to be a huge problem or anything, or it's not going to be a huge difference. But 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart works pretty well. Nice. Yeah, I have the 9 and the 21 on here. But yeah, I've seen the 14 work pretty well. I think D Money on Patrick Whelan's stream uses a 14 a lot, right? Oh yeah, that's funny. You just wrote that. I didn't see that first message. If you've never seen D Money strategy around U.S. markets, it's nice to see quick scalps with one contract using 5-minute momentum candles and opening range breaks. Nice. Yeah, D Money's awesome. That's funny that you said that. As soon as you said the 14 EMA, I know I've seen him talking about that a lot on their stream. Buyers kind of holding this level here up to 108 to 113 ish. It's good for, especially for us where normal, there are a lot of momentum and or volatility. Yes, for US. Yes, there is quite a bit of volatility and momentum opportunities in the New York session. I just find, personally, I just find it easier to find trades after we get out of that point where there's such a battle going on between the buyers and sellers. Like the first, hour of trading, can just be pretty wild. So I've been trying to keep my size lower, like 1 or 2 micros before the first hour, and then after that I might think about sizing up a little bit more, because I can get wrecked too fast. And I've been staying away from gold for a bit now. I was trading gold for a little, and while I've made some really nice winners, I've also been burned pretty bad. So that's kind of helping me a bit right now. Yeah, so here's my quick look at my TradeZella stats here anyways. So I have it fresh accounts here from the start of the month. I don't have anything from the previous month. So pretty decent run so far. And we got a 68, almost 69% win rate. I feel pretty good about that. The profit factor is pretty high for me right now, 4.18. I'm usually like a 1.4 to 1.8 maybe on, like, when I have a really long stretch of trade data. But so far this month is looking really solid. 78% win rate, just because I have day win rate. What is there, 3 losing days? Why is that? Oh, forgot there's a couple from the previous week, it looks like. I'm like, how did I get 3? Yeah. So up $128 on that last week there. Yeah, I've been letting some runners run, especially on this Wednesday here. Had some really nice trades on that Wednesday. They're mostly all green for the most part. 268, 472. Just a couple small break evens. 530 on that one. Bunch of small $45 winners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a copy traded 330 winner. $400 winner there. Couple small losers in there. So the nice thing that day was I took 1, 2, 3 losers, 35 bucks, 47, and 12.8. Volume's coming back in. Yeah, I see that. Crude's dropping to 82. Oh, yeah, I see that. Sort of building out a flat bottom there on crude. Kind of like we had a flat top on NQ. Yeah, I don't know what it's trying to do here. Not a very huge volume spike. Yeah, stop at the hour here. We're getting a new candle change over here in a minute. There we go. Midnight candle opening, right? Yes, yes. So I'm going to line up my midnight open price. I usually just have a line labeled MNO just for midnight open price. Sweep maybe? Could possibly. We're still in this bearish fair value gap, so I mean, we kind of could be due for a bit of a pullback. And we're kind of at the top of this channel here. Session liquidity tractor is a good indicator. Nice. I've never seen that one. Session liquidity tracker. Session liquidity levels or liquidity trading plan. Edge gate liquidity state. Yes, price action isn't being very friendly to us, guys. I mean, obviously, anyone who bought anywhere previously and just holding it, we're just looking really good. Maybe edge gate liquidity state. Short from the top of the 5-minute volume spike bar. You got in that trade, Wayne? Wayne's just full of good trades lately, guys. Yeah, you think that that's an indicator that he meant? She meant, I think, yeah. I got it from someone. It's been a long time. I think I had to add it on favorite. We'll find out later. Okay, yeah, no problem. Thank you for that, though. Let's go. I'll add that one. Session. I'll just remove that. Do I trade on the lower time frames? So I typically, I go on the higher time frames for targets and for overall direction, but I'm typically watching the 5-minute, the 3-minute, or possibly the 2-minute sometimes. Like if I'm not seeing any fair value gaps on the 5-minute, I'll go down to the 3 and see if we have some other options, and then if we don't, then I'll look at the 2 for another option. But obviously, I usually like to trade the 5-minute fair value gaps because a little bit higher time frame often has, kind of like a better reaction out of those fair value gaps, right? The higher the time frame. So, but I don't really trade on the, like I will get an entry on the 3 or the 5, and maybe I'll manage on the 2 but I don't really. I've moved away from trading on the 1 minute or lower. Need some red delta, right? Yeah, it's looking bullish. Thanks, Anna. Do I make my own indicators? No, I don't. AG, what's up? I'm in a rut of blowing sims and evals this entire month. Oh, damn. You know, it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. Patience has been paying off for me. And if you find that you're blowing sims and evals, you know, the only thing I say is just size down, right? The good way to think of it is you go from a big red, get a small red, then a small green, and then a big green. Work your way back in that confidence. So, oh hey, Mr. D. Roy Stewart gave me a like on the stream. Don't tell anybody, but that's my dad. Everybody. No bias. Like buttons there at all. Hey. I feel for you though, AG. I had a rough struggle there in January and February. It was not good months for me. So even with small 5 MES or MNQ, I've been blowing up during the New York regular trading hours. Yeah, well, you know, when I say small, I'm talking like 1 to 2 MES or 1 to 2 NQ. Because you know, 5 MES, man, 5 NQ. Man, that can hit you hard, really. You know, it's like it's really easy to lose $300-400 on 5 micros, right? And I've been feeling the same way. I've been, you know, usually I do damage in the New York session and then I recover it later on. So lately I've been literally going with like 1 or 2 micros in during those faster moving times, and then yeah, you can go with a little bit more size on like the slower markets, right? So I was blowing them up. If I sign on and see chop, I walk away. In chop, I always find and force trades and get chopped up. Yeah, right, Tony. Like it's gonna break out now, right? Oh, it's got to break out now. Look how many times it's gone to test this high, and then you take it, and then boom, it drops on you, right? Or it's gonna break down. It's gonna break down now. Let's go short, and then it decides to go back up. So yeah, I totally agree. Just trying to be patient with the chop, and if you're gonna watch a chop, you know, like set up a trend line and play the trend lines, right? Once you realize it's in a consolidation zone, right? You can, you know, sort of try to like put a short at the top of the range, have a pretty tight stop above it, where you don't risk too much. But again, keeping small size is key. It's, it's really easy to make, 50, $100 on a single micro or 2 micros, right? So if you just look for those base hits during the New York session, I think you're going to be a little better off. So, all right, Anna, good night. Not loving the volatility, eh? At the moment. I think I'm going to have to get off here pretty soon, though, guys. Like I was saying, I do have a meeting with a potential buyer client. So I'm going to have to take off here. A late night meeting over some pho. Going to go to a little Vietnamese restaurant and talk about the duties as an agent owes to their client. Speaking of base hit, USA is playing Italy in baseball, and it's the 9th, and USA is down by 2 runs. Oh, wow. Wow, good. Italy's just killing it, hey? Yeah, enjoy your pho. Sorry I'm not around longer, guys. I would love nothing more than to just hang out with you guys all night. You know how we do. But unfortunately, sometimes other parts of life get in the way. I was late to get the stream started, wanted to start it early. Now I got to cut it off at a relatively early sign here. I did take a short, though, guys, not long ago here. So I got these 2 contracts, or these 2 micros here across 5 accounts copy trading. I have my stop up here just at the 126, and I'm just gonna let this thing go, try to get it to roll over. Might not work, but it's gonna be a small loser if it isn't. I'm risking what here, 116 to 16, so it's about 10 points on 1 micro, so it's about a $40 risk. So yeah, right, AG trainer. No, it's not a secret late night meeting. The client that I'm meeting works at a restaurant, so they get off pretty late, and it just kind of works out. So no secret affairs. But if it was, I would tell you. So I'm just gonna let this guy ride here. I'll keep an eye on my trading view. Actually, I better open up a trade of 8 here on my phone so I can monitor it here. You heard that one before? Okay, guys. Yeah. I know. Okay, I'm logged into these guys. Let me see. Trade. Current position is not flat. How do I change the account here? Markets? Nope. Simulated trading. There we go. That's what we need. Trade. All right. -2 at 25,116. Well, it looks like it might just go and stop us out anyways. Not a very high probability trade, but just kind of like felt like it would be worth risking, the potential $80 here. So let me get in. I gotta go over to this other account here, and I'm gonna close out all these trades here. So no trades in the Apex account. I only need about 770 to pass that guy. So hoping to get a little progress on that guy, but I'm moving the wrong chart here. So keep an eye on that, guys. DM me if we're gonna go. Send me a message if you think we're gonna get stopped out, guys. I need a warning. 25,127. We got to stop. I hope I go away, and by the time I get back, you know, the market just pulled back all night, and it's like a $500 winner. What do you think? Is that gonna happen? Probably not. Maybe I should give it a little more space, right? Because if we only have about, so we're at 116 entry, our stop is 126, so that's 10 points. So that's only $40 risk. So if I do another 5 points, 30, there'll be $60 risk. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put my stop at 25,130, the 2 contracts, and we'll just let this baby ride. Let's let it ride. Small risk to reward here. Hoping to fall off of the sidewalk rather than fall off of the building. Okay, guys, thanks so much. 133 to 137, high chance to test. You mentioned that before, yeah. I just don't want to. I just want to cut this. You know, if it decides to rip up higher, so I just wanted to cut it out. Yeah, it's probably gonna tag me in reverse, of course. But hey, at least we'll know we had the wrong idea. Or the right idea, but the wrong stop without risking too much. So 116 to 30, 14 points. So 28, 48, 50, about $60 risk. And yeah, thanks so much, everybody. Sorry I couldn't hang around longer. I would love to, but I will be back tomorrow morning and then again Thursday evening. And we'll definitely put in a longer session on Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Did we get any subscribers today? Looks like we got maybe 1 or 2. So it's just mostly the usual suspects. So thank you, all you guys. You're probably all subscribers already. I appreciate you guys. And thanks for hitting that like button. We hit 30 likes on the stream. And it was fun. It was a fun little get together. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. East Coast with me and Mustang Trader. So if you haven't checked us out, come check it out. It's a pretty chill stream. Nice and calm. Don't forget, if you guys need some accounts, I do have accounts or affiliate code with Lucid and Top One Futures, MBT, as you saw on the screen there, Market Butcher Trades. If you're going to go straight to funded, if you need to get funded right away, Top One Futures, man. They got great deals, good rules, great support. So yeah, check that out if you need straight to funded. If you're looking for evals, that's where I recommend going to Lucid. One-time fee, no monthly recurring bills, no activation fees. You can trade it for as long as you want, as long as you keep it active. So there it is. Hey, thanks, guys. See you guys tomorrow morning and have a great night. Peace out. Love you guys. Love you. Yeah.